This is Tom Dow for SILive.com with your PSAL baseball playoff preview. We've got 6 teams in action this week on Wednesday and Thursday. Now most of these teams, the coaches are going with their number 1 starters. A couple of exceptions. The first, of course, is Todd Mill, which is the number 1 overall seed in the AAA playoffs. They've got Ryan Mustafosky, John Donahue, really co-aces. So Coach Tom Tierney is up in the air which one of them will start Game 1 on Wednesday. They're waiting for the winner of a playing game between Millennium and Roosevelt. The Pirates, of course, lost last year's city championship game. They're chasing their first city title since 2010. They went 16-0 in the regular season. Now we've got Susan Wagner, finished second in the Staten Island division. They're the number 8 seed. They started off 9-1, had a little bit of a rough stretch to close the season. Lost 4 out of the last 6, including 2 to Tottenville. But the Falcons have some real strong starting pitching. Anthony Rupp, Fred Sabito, Terrence Mulligan. Those guys have combined to throw about 90% of Wagner's innings all year long, with an ERA just over 1. Rupp will get the Game 1 start. As for the lineup, Sabito, of course, is the leading hitter on Staten Island. Wagner's the number 8 seed, Tottenville number 1. So if these 2 guys win their first 2 games, they're headed for a quarterfinal collision next Tuesday. Next up, we've got McKee, Staten Island Tech, the number 20 seed. They're going to play Norman Thomas. They've got some history with these guys. Back between 2008 and 2011, they played each other 3 times in 4 years in the playoffs. Norman Thomas won each one of those games. And this time around, McKee's going to throw out David Andrews in Game 1. And Andrews, last week against number 4 Madison, he gave up just 3 hits and a 1-0 loss. Last year, in the first round playoff game, he was on the mound when McKee, is the number 21 seed, beat the number 12 seed, John Adams. So they're very confident with David Andrews on the mound that they can play with just about anybody in the city. Next up after McKee is Newark. Newark gets number 5 Cardozo. Cardozo is the defending city champ, so it's a tough road for Newark. But they're confident with the way they've played against some other strong teams, such as number 4 Madison, such as Grand Street, which is a 12 seed. They've had Jarrell Diaz pitch against both those teams, and he'll get to start on Wednesday. Moving down to the AA playoffs, Curtis is the number 10 seed. Interesting thing for the Warriors, the number 1 seed is Lincoln. Curtis is the only team in the city that's beaten Lincoln this season. They split their 2 games. Lincoln's in the same division, and Curtis beat them 5-2, and then lost them 1-0 a few days later. David York pitched both those games for Curtis. So the Warriors are very confident with David York on the mound. They can beat Lincoln, they can beat anybody in the city, so they are really thinking of a championship run, even though the number 10 spot is not the kind of place you see a lot of championship runs come from. They feel good about their chances. After that, we have Petrides, number 13 in the AA playoffs. Petrides had a real strong finish to the season until they lost to Brooklyn Tech last week. They split their 2 games with Curtis. They lost a game to Lincoln by 1 run. Now, Chris Boyd was Petrides' leader in innings pitched and run average this year. He lost to Brooklyn Tech last Thursday, so Coach Anthony Hillary wants to give Brooklyn Tech a little bit of a different look, so he's going to go with senior Joseph Iannello. This is the first playoff appearance in program history of Petrides, so Coach Hillary is very excited for his team, for his seniors, several of them who've been on the varsity for 4 years. Games will be in action Wednesday and Thursday. Don't forget to check SI Live for all the results. Thanks very much.